All right, boys and girls, we're back to the salt mines. Welcome back to the game house. It is me, Mr.Talbain. I will be your host tonight, as every night, obviously. I'm a one-man show here. But I do want to thank those for stopping by. Last night, we got to chapter 14 after some long story time. And then got bopped at the end. We were doing so well. I know I can beat this map, so it's not too big of a deal. And it's not a long map, much like the last one, which was chapter 13. Fuck that map. I will always say fuck that map. Okay. I had trouble with it back in the day, and I knew I was gonna have trouble with it now, to be honest. Just not the type of trouble I was expecting. Like the boss of that one, Norris, you gotta kill him before he starts getting all trigger happy with his longbow. Clearly. So in any case, let's get started. We are on chapter 14 now. And there was one character I meant to switch out. So we're taking out Rolf for this one. Even though he's doing really well. And I actually want to have Neffany join us for this one. Actually, no. Well, we'll see. Let's see. I could probably have her finish off some of the enemies, you know? So that probably would work out. We also have a character to recruit. So that is going to be our first order of business. So the first thing we want to do is watch out for anyone with any Lagoos, bows, or anything like that. He's fine. He's fine. There's that guy up there.
You're gonna love it.
All right. Let's see. Thank you for the follow, Baji. Appreciate that. Let's see what we got going on here. Got a poleaxe. We got to watch out for that. By the by. I think someone else here has a Lagoos weapon, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Lagoos lance. What the? Alright, so. Move over here. Let's see. Is it Path of Radiance my favorite in the series? Here's my thing though. I can't. The answer is yes, but I feel like the answer is also invalid because I've never beaten Path of Radiance. That's kind of the reason why I'm playing it now. We've already read this. I'm skipping the cutscenes and stuff because we already did this in the last stream. So for those who didn't watch the last stream, definitely take a gander at that when you can, and that should give you the context you need. So I actually haven't beaten many Fire Emblem games. I think the only ones I've beaten are Three Houses, and the Sacred Stones on GBA back in the day. I did not beat Elliewood's Fire Emblem game, Blazing Blade. I've only played most of the 3DS games and onwards, but I just started Blazing Blade and it's pretty sick. Honestly, I prefer pre-3DS Fire Emblem. I'm not gonna lie. I think the stories are much more mature and stuff like that. And you know, back then Fire Emblem was like one of Nintendo's like more serious games because you had like Metroid, you had The Legend of Zelda, which was kind of their serious game, but Fire Emblem was like really up there. Metroid as well, but Fire Emblem was really like up there in terms of story. Not so much nowadays. Let me put it this way. With the exception of Three Houses and Um, and Fire Emblem Echoes, which was a remake of Gaiden. Those are really good as far as new era Fire Emblem goes to me. Said I've heard the GameCube ones. Well, there's only one GameCube one. Radiant Dawn, which is a direct sequel to this one, is a Wii game, actually. It was meant to be on GameCube, but this came out like late GameCube era, so they just saved it for the Wii. Called it a day. So it definitely, like, graphically, it is a bit of a step up from the GameCube one. The animations are better and everything, but honestly, it's not a... the Tellius, yeah. The Tellius Saga, as it's called. More affectionately known as, if you will. But yeah, Tellius Fire Emblem to me, even though I didn't beat this game, I got really far in it. And to be honest with you, it was it's this particular story is quite amazing, honestly. All right, I'm gonna start luring people out with Mordecai. Do I play a lot of retro games? Yeah, I mean, depends on what you consider retro. Like, this is not retro to me because this game was out when I was a kid, so I can't really call it retro personally, but someone that's younger than me could call it retro. I might not be happy about it, but they're not wrong. They're not wrong to call it retro because it's retro to them. But as far as like anything like super old, it depends. Basically, what my Twitch channel has become is me catching up on my backlog of games, pretty much. I have a huge backlog of both old and mostly old and new games. So you will see a lot of older games. But keep in mind, for me, retro is like NES, Atari and shit, you know? But I'll be 32 this year. So like stuff like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis are like really new when I was a kid. N64 was like a new thing. GameCube was a new thing. Like, I was still in elementary school when this shit was out, which is crazy. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yo, old man. Approaching fossil age? Yeah, you're right. Honestly, I so far, I am really enjoying my 30s more than I ever did my 20s. I'm not gonna lie. There's very few things that came out of my 20s. To be honest with you, but for the most part, I mean, no one knew what the fuck they're doing in their 20s. No one does. So I'm a college kid, and I'm currently doing a video essay about like the impact of older Nintendo games on modern media and whatnot. Is it cool if I ask you for your thoughts on stuff like that? I mean, yeah, if it'll help, I don't mind. Now, if you ask me something silly, I might have a snide remark, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast where you go on the internet. So I'll apologize in advance. I just can't help myself sometimes. It is how it is, exactly. All right, I'm gonna keep her here because we have to recruit this guy, Makalov, but we have to do it with Mia. Or Marcia, I'm sorry. So basically my focus is going to be on this portion here. I'm going to put Ike in the grass, in the bushes. Got the regular iron bow, okay. My bad. But no. But yeah, if you have any questions, don't. You need you need some insight of how it was back in the day. Is myself. Maybe if somebody in chat has some insight. All right, let's go. Hey. Oh, you about to? Nope. Sorry. Bye. Sorry, you're dead. Said, I think a big one I was thinking about is how. Ooh, I forget I get that lance. Forget that's a thing. Or just general legacies and stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna read it in a second. Give me just a moment. I gotta do this recruiting real quick. Uh-huh. Maybe there's someone that I can move out of the way real quick. All right, so you're saying was, I think a big one I was thinking about is how Super Mario for the NES, it's currently nearing 40 years, but it is still a franchise that not only affects like modern platformers and stuff, but is also able to make the newly released multi-million-dollar movie. And I was wondering if you had any big standouts of older games having an influence on newer games, newer ones. It could be something like interactions in RPGs or just general legacies and whatnot, like Earthbound likes and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, like the Earthbound stuff. Games like Earthbound, Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario, and stuff like that definitely influenced that like quirky. As far as RPGs go, like the quirky like homage to the genre type game. And then other genres started doing it as well. Super Mario is basically immortal, to be honest, because when you think about it, it came out at a time where the gaming industry was so saturated that it like crashed back in the Atari days. And then the NES popped up with Super Mario Brothers and games like Duck Hunt and Rob and stuff like that. But Super Mario Brothers was like the standout one for a lot of people. So that's definitely a good example of that. Final Fantasy VII, my opinions aside, it was very, very influential on the RPG genre. Like it brought basically the whole genre into 3D. Like after that came out, I wouldn't say most had to do it, but a lot of companies were incentivized to do it because of that. What else? Chrono Trigger, very influential in the RPG space. Like I think even Sea of Stars, which is a new indie game that's coming out this year, heavily influenced by Chrono Trigger, Super Mario RPG, and there's another it's a more obscure game called Illusion of Gaia, which was like a Zelda-like, but it was also like very, very much an RPG as well. So there's quite a few. There are quite a few games, honestly, that I can't quite think of off the top of my head, but there's some of them to. Some of them are, to be honest with you, some of them come to mind, like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy Tactics for the strategy RPG genre. Like Tactics Ogre is definitely more older than Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics, but I feel like FF Tactics really got people into strategy RPGs back then, at least. Because we didn't have Fire Emblem until like early 2000s. So until then, we had oh shit, she can actually kill him. All right, let's do it. Yeah, there's quite a bit, and even these days, what I'm, to bounce off what you were saying about like how stuff has influenced media. Yeah, until Blazing Blade, and there was a game before that one that was on Game Boy Advance that we never got called The Binding Blade. You know, and that's Roy's game. Wait, why is? I'm gonna put her in front of Titania. Yeah, we need a Thracia 776. We need Genealogy of the Holy War. We need a lot of them to. That's what my thinking was with the Echoes when they made Fire Emblem Gaiden and they remade it to Fire Emblem Echoes. Like I thought they were gonna do like just the older games, hence the title Echoes, which I thought was cool that they would do that, but we'll see. Would you say there's a particular aspect in any of those games that you could say is particularly drawn from in current RPGs? There's quite a few games, Sea of Stars that's coming out being one of them, that have timed hits. That was a mechanic that was introduced in Super Mario RPG and would later be used in all of the other Mario RPGs, such as Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi series, which I think is a really cool like addition to. I wouldn't necessarily say it's skill checks because it's more so like you have an opportunity to deal more damage, so it works in your favor. You know, Superstar Saga is probably my second favorite JRPG of all time. Game is fucking amazing. When they brought it to the Game Boy Advance on the NSO, it took all of my being to not start the game again because I've already beaten it like fucking 4 times. So I was like, I don't need to beat this anymore. I've done everything I need to do in the game. I've gotten all the moves, done all this stuff. Like, I did everything in that game. The only RPG that tops it for me is Golden Sun. And the reason why I don't mention it as far as like games that, influence stuff, because I've never seen another game do what Golden Sun did. Like, as far as like its puzzle solving and stuff of that nature. No game has done it like Golden Sun to me to this day. I have no idea if there is one. If there is, please let me know. I would love to play it. But the whole mechanic where your magic also can be used outside of battle to kind of traverse and everything, that was pretty hype. That's another one. I did everything in that game. I did everything in that game. Oh shit, that bow person has the Lagoose bow. You son of a bitch. Why would you? Oh no. Are you a mercenary too? It's a tough life being a warrior for hire, isn't it? I don't like having to do this, but I must pay off my debts or my sister will have my head. Okay. Jesus Christ. I gotta recruit him before he gets killed. He needs to, I need to recruit him before he gets fucked over. Luckily he's right there, and yeah, we should be able to talk to him. Okay. So Golden Sun had a second game called Golden Sun The Lost Age, also on the Game Boy Advance. And then they made the Dark Dawn on DS, which unfortunately didn't do as well. And then we haven't seen or heard of Golden Sun ever since, and I hate it. I hate that that's a thing, honestly. Because they were supposed to make a another game, a fourth game. And so that genre's, or not genre, but that game is just hasn't been announced or anything. Ooh, that was a nice level up. Is this far into Path of Radiance or still fairly? This is still actually the beginning, in the beginning of the game. I wouldn't say, not necessarily the beginning, but we're about to reach the halfway point, I believe. I think there's 30 chapters and we're on chapter 14, so we're about halfway into the game already. So there's basically 3 parts to Fire Emblem. There's the beginning, there's like the first part, the mercenaries, the Grail mercenaries part, which is what we're on right now. Then there's the, okay, it's time to take back Crimea, and then there's of course the end game. So basically, this part is getting everyone ready for the war, and then the second part is basically our campaign, our true campaign, if you will. All right, let's go. But yeah, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, goated RPGs. If you have NSO, if you have the NSO plan where you can get the Game Boy Advance games, do yourself a fucking favor. Do yourself a huge favor and play that game if you haven't. Metroid Fusion as well. That's one, actually. Metroid isn't an RPG series, but Metroid in particular is a funny story because you have so many Metroidvania style games now. Like you saw Castlevania start to take from it when Symphony of the Night came out. You have Hollow Knight, which I'm actually currently playing. Hollow Knight, fantastic game. Ori and the Will of the Wisp and Ori and the Blind Forest, those 2 games, amazing games, Metroidvanias, right? Bloodstain, a direct homage to Castlevania. The second Bloodstain game is actually an homage to Symphony of the Night. Another perfect example. Metroidvanias in general, which is a weird name for the genre, but it is a genre. The games that basically came from Metroid are doing, like, they did better than Metroid. Weirdly enough, it's so weird. Or rather, they're more popular in a sense than Metroid, because they stopped doing Metroid games because they didn't like what people thought of Federation Force, right? And then people started making Metroidvania games up the wazoo, and now they brought back Metroid. They're like, oh shit, people still actually like Metroid, but they like it the way they've been telling us they liked it for the longest time. Huh. And so that's how we got Metroid Dread. I'm pretty sure that's why we got Metroid Dread, to be fair. So hey buddy, what you doing there? What you doing there, man? Oh, it's a crit. All right. Oh, that's a nice level up for her. Cool, cool. All right, so okay. Where's Soren at? Soren is our only healer right now, so that's why I'm like, hey, come on now. We're gonna drop him off over here. All right. Like I said, guys, if you want to see the text, I typically go through it once when I do this map the first time. So because I've already done this map, that's why I'm like skipping everything. So my apologies if you haven't. But yeah, basically what I was saying earlier, because I kind of got sidetracked, was that my Twitch channel is basically this work on my backlog. I also have a YouTube page, in which I play through. I just kind of play more chill stuff or multiplayer stuff with friends. If you see, I have a racing wheel in the back. I play a lot of Gran Turismo on there, as well as just general stuff. Like I started playing Pizza Tower, which is a homage to a classic series known as Wario Land, specifically Wario Land 4. Classic game. And Wario Land Shake It, all those, man. They need to bring Wario Land back. But until then, we've got Pizza Tower, and there's another game coming out called Anton Blast, which is basically a Wario Land type game. Like, I think if indie games have shown us anything, it's that people want these type of games still. Like, last Wario Land game was on GBA. That is incorrect, actually. The last Wario Land game was on the Wii. It's called Wario Land Shake It. If you haven't yet, I highly recommend playing it. Highly recommend playing it. And it's fantastic. It's made by the same team who did Kirby's Epic Yarn. But honestly, although I really enjoyed Epic Yarn, I think Epic Yarn is fantastic. Wario Land Shake It was much better. Thankfully, I have a second source to help out. Yeah. No problem. But yeah, don't worry. I didn't know it was a Wario Land game either for the longest time. I thought it was a WarioWare game. And so I avoided it like the plague. But yes, it is a Wario Land game. Wario's back to get some more money. He's going against a this guy called the Shake King. Really cool. And like the reason why, like, I'd have to actually find a copy of that one if I wanted to play it, because way back when I was in college, I actually played it on stream. I played like the last level on stream. But basically, you need the Wii remote for that one because you have to shake the Wii remote to like wrangle out coins out of enemies and shit. It's fucking fantastic. But yeah, definitely would say I do want a Wario Land 5 as well. But what's it called? What was I gonna say? If you want something to hold you over, Pizza Tower is a really good appetizer. Not that there's a Wario Land coming out or anything, but like it scratches that itch and then some. Honestly, I highly recommend it if you haven't given it a try yet. Nice. We're gonna see. I want to bait out the mage. I think I should be able to with the, uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay. That's close. That's too close for my comfort. Not gonna lie. Yeah, we're just gonna fly her over here. Titania can make her way over here. We're gonna need her for the boss. So there's that. I have Astrid go ahead and take the shot. If not, then we'll go on ahead and get that done. But yeah, if you can find a copy of Warrior Land Shake It, buy it. The only Warrior Land game I wouldn't recommend is Warrior World. It's kind of weird. It was for the GameCube. I appreciate the effort, but it was, man, it could have been better, honestly. Especially when you had shit like Mario Sunshine already on the GameCube and Luigi's Mansion, which I will be playing once again. I will be playing it for the umpteenth time. But who was I gonna heal? Oh yeah, Bethany. All right, gonna heal her. Oh yeah, and Leaf. I don't think I've ever played out a GameCube game. Good, they're really fun. GameCube has some bangers, man. There's one RPG series that they are remaking for the Switch that I was originally gonna play. I was gonna emulate it, honestly, because there was no other way to get it, you know, without paying an arm and a leg, which is Baten Kaitos. And I never got to play it as a kid, but I heard so much about it. It had commercials and everything. It looked really cool. And it's like a card-based RPG. So that's pretty interesting. Oldest you've gone back is GBA. Well, GameCube and GBA came out around the same time, so you'd be in the same realm. But if you're in college now, then yeah, GameCube era, GBA era would definitely be what would be considered retro, depending on how old you are. Oh, so we just not gonna do nothing, huh? Okay, cool. Shit, we're probably gonna miss, but that's okay. Nice. Would you say Path of Radiance is on the tougher side of Fire Emblem games? Well, it depends on what you consider tough. For some people, this is not like a super tough game, but for others, it is. So it's really just a matter of perspective, honestly. All right, I gotta kill that mage because he's gonna be trouble. But generally speaking, I would say it's in the middle. It's not super hard. By itself, and keep in mind, well, actually no, I'm wrong. It does have difficulty settings, but the normal difficulty is still pretty challenging. Like I'm playing on normal, and I've had a few scrapes because my ass wasn't careful. That shit happens, you know. With stuff like Awakening, the thing is, Awakening introduced the casual mode, which is basically that if you know it removes permadeath. So a big aspect of Fire Emblem was permadeath because it made it so that you had to make your decisions are more important in a game like Path to Radiance as opposed to casual mode Awakening. Because if a character dies, they're just going to come back. But I know in Awakening you can turn that off, and you also have other difficulty settings. So in that one, you really could make it as hard as you want to. But I believe in Path of Radiance, in order to get like the hardest difficulty, you have to beat it. I think at least once or something like that. I'm not too sure. But, its sequel, Radiant Dawn, however, that game is hard. That's a difficult game, and it's long as shit. That one in particular is very long because you have you literally have 3 armies within the story, which I thought was a cool thing. Like, it's very ambitious. They've never done that in Fire Emblem. I don't even think they've still done it to this day. So it's pretty crazy to see that they did that. All right. I'm gonna need to fight him at some point with the fucking killer axe shit that he's got, bro. That shit is nuts, honestly, if you think about it. Alright, he may miss. Oh, now he wants to do normal moves? Bro, last stream he got me with 2 crits. And he killed everybody. So now he wanna be coy. Son of a bitch. Alright. The Fates had that Phoenix mode where characters revived at the start of each player phase. Yeah, that's weird, actually, now that I think about it. That is weird. I didn't play too much of Fates. I had Conquest back then, but man, Conquest in terms of gameplay played more like classic Fire Emblem. But God, it was hard. It was a hard game to play, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. You're just like us. You eat meat, you ride horses. I mean, come on. We're not hurting any humans here. What's wrong with buying and selling a few half-breeds? Yeah? Oh my God. Of course he had it, the crit. Son of a bitch, but too bad Ike is gonna kill him. And we're gonna make sure of that. There wasn't any super, obvious way to infinitely grind EXP. Yeah, that's why I was saying it's like the old ones. The old games, you couldn't grind EXP like you could, like Awakening and all the other games, the newer games. So, like, here you have a finite amount of EXP. You have to be careful which, who you spend your EXP on. I thought that was really cool. Trying to steal our cargo? You're no better than us. Some of our customers are nobles. You won't get away with this unscathed, let me tell you. What? Nobles? Don't play dumb with me. Take this. Ah, you're dead. How did this happen? I've lost everything. Hey, what's up, Jose? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming. Yeah, I'm giving that to Ike. And we got a killer axe, which is dope. That is a dope weapon. Our duty is done. Let's grab the cargo and get out of here. The Grail mercenaries have returned. Well done. The news of your victory is welcome, as is the cargo you seized. How about your payment? Wait, this mysterious cargo was a bunch of really heavy crates. Would you tell me what they contained? That. Your job was to deliver the cargo. You've no need to investigate further. But Princess Silencia has returned to her quarters. You would do well to inform her of your safe return. Oh, that's good to hear, Jose. I'm glad you're feeling great. You know, one step at a time, man. One step at a time. You know I'm here for you if you need anything. You can hit me up. I'm just an FB message away, a phone call away, whatever, man. But I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. It appears that the Apostle will handle your payment on the morrow. Perhaps you can speak with her then. I beg your leave. I must be going. Very well. So I'm pretty sure you guys probably know what was in that cargo. Oh. You got a cutscene, my bad. Yeah, no problem, bro. Who this? Oh? Hey! Kainagus, he's here. Yeah? Okay, the birds are here too? Tibarn. Let's go. Oh boy. The pirate guys too. I wonder what's going on. Thank you all for coming, my fellow Laguz kings. It's been decades since all of us were gathered in one place. I would extend my gratitude to King Degensi of Goldoa, who arranged this meeting to place at I can't read today, y'all. Who arranged this meeting place at short notice. It was nothing, King Kainagus. Fellow kings and countrymen, attend my words. As you have no doubt have heard, Dayan has invaded Crimea and overrun her. Of course, Crimea is a Bayork nation. However, since the time of her founding, she has made every effort to engage the Laguz with honor and dignity. Never has this been more true than during the 30-year reign of good King Ramon. During this era, Gallia and Crimea initiated many ambitious cultural projects in an attempt to bring our divided people closer. Yet one man has always reviled our work, the Dayan King Ashnard. Why he took his recent course, however, I know not. Ashnard's actions are monstrous. His army has put much of Crimea to the sword. Her people live in terror. Her king lies dead. And now the Dayan forces continue their ruinous march across the border, into Laguz territory, into Gallia. That trespass, O King of Lions, is because your country chooses to harbor King Crimea's orphan, is it not? Yes, that is a justification they would present. But the Princess of Crimea is no longer in Gallia, is she? Your spies are as efficient as ever, King Tibarn of Phoenicis. As you say, the princess has already departed for Begnion. I know this only because she came to the aid of a ship carrying Begnion's apostle. Ah, so Princess Silencia is safe and in contact with the Begnion Empire. That news gladdens my heavy heart. I do not believe that Dayan yet has this information. If word got out that the Princess of Crimea has been granted sanctuary in Begnion, Dain might halt its invasion of Gallia. Your information is dated, Hawk King. Have your legendary eyes and ears abandoned you after all these years? You have something you wish to say? Would you be so kind as to explain yourself, King Kilvis? Princess Silencia barely escaped Crimea with her life, then fled to Gallia. And yet a certain king of beasts there, one on whom she had pinned all hope, chose not to support her. With nowhere else to turn, the princess and her retinue spent 2 long months at sea, arriving in Begnion mere days ago. Dain knows of these events as well, and the king has dispatched a team of hunters to make a corpse of the girl. And that, dear kings, is the latest news, at least to the best of my poor knowledge. Dain knows the princess is in Begnion? King Kilvis, how did you come to possess this information? Why, there's no trick to it. I just perk my ears up and point them in the right direction. You expect us to believe that a stray wind carried it to your ears? This is an odd tale, Nasala. Huh? Do you think so? Well, there is one trick to information gathering that I know. Shall I share it with you? If it involves dealing with human scum, I'll pass. Forgoing my Lagoo's pride is not something I'm willing to do. Ha! Is that not always the way of Phoenixes, to cling to those last tattered remnants of pride? Instead of proclaiming that you will attack none but Begnion ships, just admit that you don't have the power to do more. What did you say? Both of you will desist at once. King Nasala of Kilvis, your actions of late can be judged as too extreme. Black Dragon King of Goldoa, what do you pretend to know of my actions? Please enlighten me. I would remind you of the Bayark ship you attacked in Phoenician waters and left stranded in Goldoan territory. Oh, that. Nasala, you lying crow. You've been sneaking about in my territory again, have you? I heard from my own son, Kurthnaga, that a Bayark resembling Princess Crimea was on board that ship. It is true. What? King Kilvis, you. Don't act surprised. I have no intention of ruling some tiny island nation forever. I will make Kilvis a name to remember. To that end, no amount of gold is enough. Lagoo's or Bayark, I care not. If the pay is right, there's nothing I won't do. I care not about the reach of your ambition, but you should choose your methods with more care. What good will it do to expand your domain only to find enemies at your every border? I will take your words to heart for the time being. And you too, King Phoenixes. What good will your piracy do if it earns you the wrath of Begnion? Continue at this pace, and there's no telling when the hostilities will end. Until the people of Begnion apologize for the slaughter of our brother Herons, I will do no such thing. Princess Racin of Serenes, are you of the same mind? Those humans burned the Serenes forest and killed my people. No amount of human blood can slake my thirst for vengeance. For my siblings, for my countrymen, I demand justice. I cannot even return my bedridden father to our forest home. I am no soldier. I know nothing of war, so King Phoenixes acts in my stead. I am most grateful to him, and I would not see him stop until Begnion has paid. Blood leads only to blood, and violence begets violence. Nothing more. Revenge is simply another name for murder. And you, King of Lions, what will you do about your home of Gallia? Now that you know Dain's feint towards Gallia is merely another move in this game of war, how will you react? Or how will you act, I should say, sorry. They've made no formal declaration of war. Until they do, we watch and wait. If it's the first step towards eradicating all human scum, Phoenixes will help you destroy Dain. No, unless this becomes a true war among all nations, I want you to stay your hand. As long as Gallia is protected by the Sea of Trees, we can stave off Dain attacks. Ah, the luxury of a large nation. You would waste a chance to expand your territory just to maintain the status quo. Sad. I agree with King Gallia. If we were to form a Lagoo's alliance against Dain, we would drive Begnion to Dain's side and lose a valuable ally. If the flames of war cannot be fanned haphazardly. Above all, we must think of Laron's medallion. Its location is unknown. but it still exists. We know this, and as long as it does, we cannot allow any war that could stand to engulf all our nations. Do you understand, Laguz Kings? I beg of you, do not forget it. The medallion. Alright, y'all. Let's get it. Alrighty. Chapter 15, The Feral Frontier. Castle Kilvis. Oh my, if it isn't young Prince Serenes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Neolucci, you're looking well. Feeling well too, thank you very much. This old crow's as spry as ever. Tell me though, how fares your father, King Larazier? The same as ever, since that terrible day, he remains abed. He seldom rises anymore. I'm not surprised. In the span of a few days, he lost his family, his friends, and almost all of his countrymen. Yes, and yet we're blessed that you are still with us. Prince Rayson, if there's anything this doddering old bird can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. Thank you. I appreciate your kind sentiment. So that was a pretty cool cutscene. There's a lot of them in this game. This is real Fire Emblem. This is a history lesson for a lot of y'all. Everyone's so used to the Awakening and all that stuff. You're gonna get the classic Fire Emblem. I may actually play the 2D ones as well, which is Blazing Blade and Sacred Stones, the GBA ones. Sacred Stones is fantastic, and it doesn't get enough love, honestly. So I might have to play that one for y'all. Alright. About halfway through Eliwood's half of the game. Oh, so you're basically halfway through the game, the full game. Because after Eliwood's story, you beat the game, pretty much. I love Lindis. Lindis is my favorite Fire Emblem Lord of all time. She is awesome. I wish she had more screen time, honestly, but it's okay. It was good to learn about her in the tutorial. Yeah. I just like that she uses a katana. I think that's really cool. Anyway, sorry to have kept you waiting, Rayson. Neolucci, you can talk ancient history later. Leave us at once. Yes, of course. I'm sure you've much to talk about. Much to say. I'll just take my leave of you. Please, Prince Rayson, make yourself at home. Old Neolucci's always been fond of House Serenes. When he heard the White Prince himself was gracing us with a visit, he could barely contain his joy. So, Prince, what's this all about? We haven't seen your face around here in a long time, and I'm naturally quite curious as to your intentions. Your attitude during the Goldoa meeting piqued my interest. What is it you're after, Naysala? Why do you provoke Tibarn? You came all this way for that? Are you serious? Do not mock me, Crow King. Tibarn is my father's guardian. If not for him, we might have suffered the end of House Serenes itself. I will not brook any insults to him. Oh, I see. So rather than ally yourself with me, your trusted companion of old, you would side with this new protector? That's an unfortunate shift in attitude. I trust you remember that when you and your sister were young, it was I, and not Tibarn, who watched over you. Any change in my bearing can be laid at your roost, Naysala. After all, you, my old friend, are the one who continues to engage in commerce with my enemy, with humans. If you were to change your ways, I'm sure we could rebuild the relationship the two of us once shared. Oh no, that I could never do. You see, humans are essential to the fulfillment of my ambitions. You've changed, Naysala. If this is the path you've chosen, I've nothing left to say. I doubt you could ever understand what it means to guard Kilvis, Prince, to protect an entire country. King Naysala, Duke Tanis of the Begnion Imperial Senate has arrived. Bring him in. Oh God. Your Majesty, just now I brushed against the most splendid specimen. Was that a Serene's noble? They're supposed to be extinct. And what if it were? Well, I was right. Wonderful. This did not deceive me. Its dazzling white wings, that shimmering hair sparkling like fallen gold dust. That is the crystallization of beauty in its purest form. Duke Oliver, can we please discuss the business at hand? For your request, we have appropriated several pieces of art from the ships of Duke Gatos. Yes, and you will be compensated as promised. But right now there is something else that I simply must have. Really, another request. What can we purloin for you today? More art, perhaps? Oh ho, something much more stunning. And if you agree to my proposition, I will double your normal fee. That is the most generous offer. Tell me, what is it you desire? Desire? But surely you've already guessed. Who, Oliver? Yeah, he's fucking disgusting. I've already said in the last stream, we don't trust Oliver niggas. We don't trust those guys. He's in the sequel too, by the way. He comes back, the son of a bitch. But I don't know in what context. I just know he's in Radiant Dawn as well. But he is disgusting, to say the least. The real antagonist, for real. Meeting with the Apostle was fine, but all she did was pay us and give us another job. She answered no questions. I wonder what she's planning. That cargo. I can't help but believe that there were living creatures inside. But what do you suppose the Apostle intends to do with them? I don't know. Titania, are all nobles and royals like this? They have plans and paperwork for every little thing, and their speech is as confusing as it is tedious. But Ike, the other nobles we know are different. There's Princess Alencia and King Gallia, and the Dragon Prince too. All of them have been so nice and friendly and easy to talk to. Perhaps the rudeness of the upper echelon is unique to the Bayard class system. Princess Alencia was raised in special circumstances. Maybe that's why she's so different. I could never get accustomed to the culture of Bayard nobles. Yeah, 'cause they're fucking trash. Ike, I'm here to report the results from the last battle. All right. Got some decent... Damn, we got 10... They're really generous about gold in this game. What I am gonna say, you're not seeing me do it, but if you ever play this game, for anyone watching, spend your money. You're gonna get a ton of money this entire game. They're way more generous about it than they are with fucking EXP. All right, that's what I will say. Just like Three Houses. Well, at least in Three Houses you can grind though, but in this one you have a specific $1 million every month. Yeah, for real. All right, let's talk to some people. Akalov. Ooh-wee, the Grand Temple. Luxury and gorgeousness as far as the eye can see. A scoundrel like myself can find employment in a place like this. I guess my luck hasn't abandoned me after all. But for all the glitter and gold, there's an equal amount of dangerous work. That I could do without. Maybe I can use my prone to illness ploy. Yes, I think I can arrange to work about 1 out of every 5 jobs or so. And now that I've fixed income, it's time to visit the local inns and see what games of chance are about. Evening. What? Did you happen to hear any of that? You were talking out loud. Loudly. I wasn't being serious. I'm an extremely diligent man. Yes, I am. Those peddlers you were with, you were in debt to them, right? Huh? How do you know that? When we took out that group, your debt vanished. Yes, you're right. That was a tremendous help. Thanks much. Come now, you can't believe that the world is as forgiving as that, or that we are so foolish. What? Debts are debts, and you have many. Those peddlers weren't the only one who were owed coin by you, right? We can't have debt collectors hounding the company day in and day out. My staff officer repaid the rest of the money you owe. That's very kind of you. It was from the company of coffers. You, my friend, are now in our debt. You fight to repay the Grail mercenaries. Payment will be deducted from your wages for quite some time. It seems you're working for free, friend. Oh. Until your debts are completely repaid, don't even think about leaving the company or getting sick. Right then, I trust you'll do your best. What a mess. Oh, nuts. Yes, Makalov is Marcia's brother. That's why I had to use her to recruit him. So I know I skipped the conversations here, but if you watch the VOD, or if you go on my YouTube channel when I upload, because I upload all my playthroughs onto my YouTube channel via playlist. So yeah, she calls him he's pretty much a deadbeat brother and shit, and she fucking hates him. But you know, he's the reason she had to quit the Pegasus Knights, because debt collectors kept coming to the barracks looking for him and shit like that. So who's getting pissy about that? Would you say the character designs in the game are memorable? Yes. Yes. He kind of looks like an NPC to me, because that's kind of what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to look like that. He's a scoundrel. He's not supposed to look regal. But the character designs are both simple and elegant at the same time. Like, it's a nice mix. I really like that a lot. And they're improved in the sequel as well. They're really nice. You're from the northwest nation of Crimea, are you not? You have my condolences for the terrible misfortune that has befallen your country and people. Yet you remain blessed. Fate has brought you here to the Grand Temple Mainal, to the splendor of Begnion, grandest of all the nations of Tellius. By the way, I hear you are traveling north to the Grand Desert. There are ancient ruins there, you know. They are the remnants of a race known as the Zunanma, who come from a civilization that predates our own. I'm sure you will enjoy the sensation of being immersed in such primordial surroundings. Yeah, it'll be a real picnic. Oh yes, picnics are indeed nice. Oh, but a word of caution. Studying the ruins from afar is one thing, but you would be well advised to keep your distance, for safety's sake. It's said that there is a bandit stronghold near the northwest ruins, and we hear occasional reports of strange figures wandering the dunes in the northeast. Be careful. Oh yeah? Okay. There's Sigrun. Like, look at Sigrun. Does she look like an NPC? I don't think she looks like an NPC to me. Just saying. How are your preparations progressing? They're underway. We'll leave within the hour. Your next mission takes you to the Grand Desert. You must choose your companions with care. A desert is just a large patch of sandy soil, is it not? With one major difference. Unlike sandy soil, you'll not find solid earth near the surface. You said but her hair color is? What does that even mean? You could dig and only find more sand. Those on foot and horseback may find it difficult to move around. Like part of the rainbow? I mean... Well, there's plenty of characters with regular brown hair, though, as well. He didn't have orange hair. His hair is pink. His hair is pink. I see. I'm sure that Soren knows much about these things. He has orange armor. I could show you him right now after we're done with this conversation. Turn my computer filter off. That's what you get. I'm sure that Soren knows much about these things, but has something befallen Master Soren? I don't know if he's feeling ill or just moping about. It all started when we arrived in Begnion. Oh. Be that as it may, it won't hurt for me to have this information. Can you tell me more? Of course. There's little water in the desert, and the soil is very dry. Few trees or grasses grow there, which means there are no groves or anything which would provide cover. And as I mentioned before, those on foot or horseback will find the sand slows their pace considerably. The exceptions are magic users, staff wielders, and thieves. Such people will not be affected to so large a degree. Thieves are agile, so I understand why they would be unaffected. But those skilled in the magical arts? That doesn't make sense. I once heard an explanation from a magic user that I know. He claims that the spirits he employed flew before him and cleared the sand from his path. However, considering the source, I'm not sure how much of that is truth. Who was the source? Prime Minister Sephiron. Would he play a joke like that? Well, the Prime Minister is a very amusing man, but please allow me to continue my explanation. What else? Others who are unaffected by sand are Pegasus Knights, Wyvern Riders, and other flying units. Oh, and Lagoos too. Terrain features don't seem to affect them much in either form, although they will be slowed some. You said Lagoos, didn't you? Almost everyone here says subhuman. Well, of course, Bayek and Lagoos are both living things. Every precious life was created to be equal to by the blessed goddess. The fact that there are still those who persecute Lagoos in the land of the goddess, it is deplorable. Are you of a noble house? Yes, I am. One must be of noble birth to serve the goddess. But I thought that all nobles who are half-crazed fools who can't speak the truth. You seem quite honest. I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, and one last thing. What is it? The desert contains the remnants of more than one lost civilization. Rumor has it that treasures from those times still lie undiscovered beneath the shifting sands. Those with good luck may come across such treasures during battle. Well, that's pretty good. We've also got support conversations, I think. Kieran and Oscar got one. Hi, Kieran. How are you? What the? Oscar? How I loathe that name. Don't give me such pleasant greetings. I care not for them. What did I do now? Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten our second year of enlistment. The year we completed horsemanship. There was a final race to end the year. My beloved horse and I were flawless, but you beat us by the smallest of margins. Huh? Oh, are you talking about that race you challenged me to? Yeah, that was fun, but I thought the distance between us was at least 3 lengths. Liar! Deceitful, lying, squinty coward! That was the very moment I marked you as my arch rival. Don't pretend not to care. Wow, I had no idea. Why? I must know why you left the Crimean knighthood without a word of explanation. I devoted myself to training with my horse. I worked day and night so I could best my arch rival. And thanks to my extreme devotion, I didn't realize you were gone until 6 months later. Delinquent, red edger. Wait a second, Karen, how is this my fault? Yes, sir. Kieran is an axe knight. Oscar is a lance knight. So unlike the Blazing Blade, there are different types of cavalry knights in this game. So basically, Makalov, the guy you said had orange hair, but he has pink hair, he is a sword knight. Then you have Oscar, lance knight. Kieran, axe knight. But they can all turn into paladins, by the way. They can all become paladins or whatever. There you go. But as you can see, Kieran has regular hair. Regular ass hair. Who else? Oh, some of these guys don't show their hair. Volk, regular brown hair, right? Gatry, regular hair. Anglo-Saxon motherfucker. Alright? Well, Zark is silver hair, gray hair, whatever. Mist. Light brown hair. Brom, brown hair. Soft with the green hair, that doesn't count. Alright? We got Boyd with his green hair. He's Oscar's brother. Soren with his black hair. Lee, she has like orangish red hair. Titania, redhead. Astrid, black hair. Brunette. Jill, redhead. Crazy bitch. There's Marcia, that's Makalov's sister. She's got the pink hair too. Like you could tell me Makalov was the default enemy mercenary unit art and I would 100% believe it. I mean, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't know what to say to that. Nor would I really care. I think your thing is that like you see stereotypes in the characters. Hey guys, we just had a hiccup, so I do apologize. Kieran has regular ass red armor. It looks almost the same as Oscar's. If you look at it. Actually, let's see. Look at Oscar's armor. Boys aren't. They're literally almost the same. Like the design is different, but they're pretty much the same armor if you look at it. There's Makalov. They got the same armor. Practically, it's just different colors. Oh yeah, there's Reese as well. Red haired. Ileana, light lilac hair. I actually like her hair color, honestly. I think that's a good color. Alright, I think you need some vulneraries. Let's shop. Let's go ahead and shop. Look, even the merchant lady. Black hair. No problem. Take your time. I gotta reset my my broadcast anyway. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. It's just the sound sometimes has an issue. I'm gonna have her take a couple of things. We're gonna take that. Take that as well. Oh, he needs to go to the shop for sure. Everybody's good, right? The fuck is Vantage? But I can't use it? Who has that skill? Who could use that skill? I wonder. I have to, Hey, let me go to skills. Oh, that's right. No, she needs that. I want to remove that. And then I'm going to give him Vantage instead. I feel like that would serve him better, even though he won't get as much critical hits, which is fine. Okay. All right, let's start giving some people some EXP. Gonna give some to Ike just because he's that close to leveling up. Might as well. That's what we're gonna start with. He's level 5. Not bad. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I wonder if I should, I'm gonna level her up. How's it going, Moxie? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Might as well give her that extra boost. I think the next thing I'm gonna give Rolf is the next Master Seal I find. I'm gonna give it to him. I probably should have saved it. Probably should have saved the Master Seal I had. But I'm a dumbass and didn't save it. So there's that. Alright. Everyone that's close to leveling up, I'm just trying to give that extra push. Because at this point, we might as well, right? At least that's how that's my thought process. No level up. No, no stat boost. That's crazy. Wah, wah. I wonder if he just stops growth after a while. No, I haven't got an empty level yet. Not in this game. In this particular Fire Emblem, but I've played most Fire Emblem games, save for some of the ones we didn't get. I think I've played every one, but I haven't beaten them all. If you're wondering about my experience with them. That's why I'm playing this right now on my channel, because it's kind of like a backlog. I'm going through my backlog, and so I'm playing this one, and then I'll be playing Radiant Dawn afterwards. So there's that.
You're gonna love it.
Appreciate the follow, Moxie. Thanks for joining the game house. But no, this one in particular, I played this one back in 2009 for the first time, and then I got stuck because I didn't train Ike enough to fight the Dark Knight properly, or the Black Knight, sorry. And yes, I know what his real name is, okay? But in this game, they don't reveal his real name, so I'm not gonna say it right now. But he was getting bopped, to say the least. So that was that sucked. So I know that information for now, but I didn't know that back then when I played it. Anyway, let's leave the base. What we're gonna do. Hey, welcome back, Baiju. What we're gonna do is we're going to do the story, get up to the map, and I have got to call it after that because I gotta go to bed and go to work. Tell me, Soren, are you all right? Recently, ever since we reached Begnion, in fact, you seem depressed. That is your username a Darkstalkers reference? Yes, John Talbain is my favorite character in the game. One of my favorite fighting game characters. I'm big into fighting games, I just haven't streamed them a while. Right now, I've been playing some KOF 15, mostly. Back when I was my sweatiest, back in my 20s, I was really big into KOF 13. I wasn't very good, but I really enjoyed that game more than others at the time. I started with not Ultra Street Fighter 4, but Super Street Fighter 4, and then I switched over to KOF once that became a thing. Because I was already, like, even as a casual fighting game player, I already favored KOF more than Street Fighter, for instance. Although I love Street Fighter, but SNK fighters had my heart when I started playing those later on in life. And Garou Mark of the Wolves actually is my favorite fighting game of all time. I still think it is one of the best fighting games to ever drop. Next to, it belongs on list along with games like Capcom vs. SNK 2, for instance, or Street Fighter, Third Strike, Marvel 2. You know, it was one of the greats. Anyway, let's continue. Is that so? How odd. Well, I can think of nothing specific that's bothering me. Well, if you say so. So it's time for the desert. Which is the best direction to enter from? Soren? Eh? Yes, what is it? Alright, I know there's something going on. I'm sorry, I was thinking. What is it you wanted? Well, I was going to ask you for directions, but it's no longer necessary. It looks like we're being met. Ah. Who are you? Answer me. We're mercenaries. We were hired to take care of a group of bandits operating in this area. More of the senator's dogs. You cast us as thieves so you can murder us and hide your guilt, but we will not be defeated. Mark my words, the day will come when all slaves are free, and then you will pay for your crimes. What on earth are you talking about? No more useless words. Come, my brothers, take them. Whoa, whoa, whoa there. Hey guys, I was just, what? We're facing Laguz. I don't like the looks of this. Laguz or no, it doesn't change the fact that they are brigands. Do not lower your guard. I know what I'm doing. Everyone, watch your footing on the sand. Take care and fight well. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna enjoy this fight. Let's just put it that way. But anyway. Let me figure out who I want to use real quick. Do have a Laguz Lance with her. Still got quite a bit of fire left. Hmm. I think this is a good setup. I think. We'll see. We'll find out in a moment. So I'm gonna start this fight, but I am gonna stop it in the middle. Just because, like I said, I got like 10 minutes left of stream time. But we might die. Who knows? Okay, they can't move very far either. But, yeah, a couple of them are ready to transform. This is going to be pretty difficult. Have Reese do his thing while he's over here. Now, keep in mind, Lagoos both get attacked, like when they get attacked, as well as when they move. Like every turn, they're gaining health so that they can transform, or gaining a bar that helps them transform. So that is something to watch out for. Oh, fucking knew it. She's dead. Yep. I fucking knew it. I'm gonna have to reorganize this party, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Cause yeah. I think what I should have done, I meant to give someone the Laguz axe, and I didn't do that, did I? I'm gonna do that now. Where's Boyd at? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Gonna trade. feel like yeah, let me. All right. Hmm. Okay. All right. All right, guys. I think it is time to call it a night. For now, I'm gonna call it a night for now. For those of you who don't know, I also stream on YouTube, but it's more of a casual thing. Probably be playing some like Gran Turismo or maybe even some Pizza Tower, whatever I feel like playing. I kind of do the chill streams on YouTube, and that is where I will be. If you guys want to catch me tomorrow night, you can find the links to my YouTube channel as well as my other socials on my page in the description. Definitely check those out if you are curious. And no problem, Baiju. No problem, man. No problem. Anytime. But yeah, I'll play you guys out some music, and I hope you guys have yourselves a good one. Take care of yourselves as always. Be safe out there, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.
You and I collide. No, not you necessarily so, but your soul. You and I can dream, but my dreams are more vivid. Be still with no limitation. You and I are one, but your ego says no, there's no room to find. You and I are here, Jana taking over, rapture, let it simmer. Rapture, let it simmer. As the bliss comes.